Hi, my name is Jon Kelsen. I teach here at Drisha. This week's Parsha is Parashat Vayeira and includes the famous story of the binding of Isaac, Akedat Yitzchak, therein. And I wanted to focus our attention this week very briefly on one angle on this story. We know that Abraham is charged to take his son up into a place which he shall be shown eventually later in the story and go up onto this place. We know it's a mountain actually, and according to Chazal, that mountain was the place of the temple. And thereupon he's meant to offer his son as an olah, as a burnt offering, to be entirely consumed. And as we well know, Abraham goes and he brings his son, they go up. At the moment where he's about to offer Isaac, an angel intervenes and he does not offer Isaac in the end. The angel, or God, says to Abraham at the end of that story that now he knows that he is a Yoreh Elohim, a God-fearer, for not having withheld his favorite son from God. And instead Abraham offers an animal as an olah, as a burnt offering. And in chapter 22, verse 14, Abraham calls that site, Shem HaMakom Ahu, Hashem Yireh, God will see. Asher Yomer Hayom Bahar Hashem Yireh. And I'm reading JPS's translation here. Whence the present saying, on the mount of the Lord there is vision. I just want to point out briefly that everything I just mentioned bears a resonance with the commandment of pilgrimage, as we find elsewhere in the Torah. There too, the pilgrim is commanded 3 times a year to leave one's home and to go to a distant place, an as yet undefined site. Again, we know it as the Temple Mount. And there to offer an olah, there to offer, among other sacrifices, what we call in the rabbinic tradition olat re'iyah, a burnt offering for the mitzvah of appearing in the temple. Interestingly, this mitzvah appearing for the temple, the language in the verses, shalosh pamim bashana yireh kol zechorcha. So kol zechorcha, all your males are to yireh, to appear on this mountain. According to Chazal, actually, there's a bit of a play here between appearing on the mountain, being seen on the mountain, and seeing on the mountain, whether that be seeing the other pilgrims or seeing the temple, or actually, according to at least one comment of Rashi and some others, to some, as it were, to see God, kaviyachol. There's a seeing and being seen during the experience of the pilgrim and the pilgrimage. And I would argue that the common language and components of the pilgrimage story and the binding of Isaac serves to help us understand the latter, the binding of Isaac, as a form of pilgrimage. Is to say that Abraham is being called to lech lecha once again here, to leave behind that which he knows. Initially with his past, here he's to offer his beloved son, his future, to go to a distant place and offer an olah on this mountain where Bahar Hashem Yireh, on the mountain on which God appears, or the mountain of God on which one appears, in which there is a vision. Abraham is, in other words, the first pilgrim. And therefore, conversely, whenever we approach our holidays and we act as pilgrims, we're also acting as Abraham. The pilgrim, the Olah Regel, is actually Abraham marching towards the Akedat Yitzchak, once again to leave behind that which we know and to ask ourselves, are we willing to give up everything for that which is beyond us? Shabbat Shalom.